And very good evening to you, those of you who are joining us from Guyana, from the wider Caribbean, out there, over there in French Guyana and Dutch Guyana, Suriname, and those of you who are joining us from North America, the United States and Canada, and those of you from here in the Western Hemisphere. Welcome to Politics 101. If you're in Europe, lots of you in England or Great Britain or the United Kingdom, uh, whatever you use. It's night there. Good night to you. Good night to you. Good night to you. Those of you who are in Europe, good night. Those of you who are following, someone contacted me from Australia. And of course, in Australia, it's early in the morning there. Welcome to Politics 101. This is our last show. This is our last show for the year 2022. And we are going to be talking tonight about 2022, what transpired in 2022, and what we are going to do in 2023. 2023 has to be a year of change, a year of the turn. And I'm borrowing here from the WPA back in 1979. They said 1979 was going to be the year of the turn. And that year was quite a year in Caribbean politics, Guyanese politics, global politics. It was the year of the Grenadian Revolution, the year of the Nicaraguan Revolution, the year of the fall of Idi Amin and Bukasa. It was the year of upsurge in our Caribbean, working people standing up erect in Guyana, in Dominica, removing the regime of Patrick John. In St. Lucia, they went to the polls and they removed the John Compton administration. It was the year of the turn. The mighty explainer, the Calypsonian, says, the table is turning now. The table is turning now. And 2023 for us in Guyana has to be the year of the turn. We must not and should not, because we cannot take it anymore. We can't. We are human beings, and it's too much. Welcome to Politics 101, wherever you are joining us from. Welcome. Today I got around a little bit. This morning, very early, long before board wife wake, I had a chance to go to Big Market, Stabrook Market. They do the wholesale thing there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the vendors buy and they turn over and so on. And so let me go there this morning and check what's happening there with the vendors and to buy some fruits and vegetables and to observe for myself what ordinary people are doing. Those people who are out there overnight, sleeping on their stalls, trying to make a living. So I got out there this morning at around 3 o'clock and was hoping to buy some stuff and see what the prices are and just listen to people or watch people as they try to make a living. Ordinary people, poor people. But even at that time of the morning, I was recognized. And so I ended up speaking with people. I was buying from one man some mangoes, and I was trying to direct you that I want the fresh pick. And he was saying, all right, Dr. Hines, I know you as a boxer man, you know about fresh pick mango and so on. And I got to talk to people got to talk to some vendors and got to talk to some buyers and to have a sense of what people are going through. People are going through. The prices, of course, are high, and the people are having a difficult time. A difficult time. I got some messages for Brother Aubrey Norton to tell him that this new year he has to up the ante. He has to up the ante. It's sometimes it's as political people we speak from afar, but it's good to go out. You know, you do the walkabouts and you know you do the outreaches, but I like sometimes to go unannounced. Like I did this morning at 3 o'clock, and to watch people. They're eventually going to make you out. One lady who is visiting from New York, she said, but I know this face. And she said, Dr. Hines, I do not miss one of your programs, not one. I want to say shout out. I want to say hail up to that lady. And a shout out to those people who spoke with me. One Indian woman said, "Me no know what this government can do. Ali ma do a revenge from black man." This is from an Indian woman telling me that she no know what this government can do. All a revenge. Welcome to Politics 101. It's the 29th of December. On this day, a year ago, the government pushed through the Natural Resource Fund in Parliament, and the parliamentarians took to their feet, and some of them have been suspended from Parliament. They've not been paid. I was speaking to Sherrod last week, and he was telling me he still, although I think the ban is over, he still has not been paid. Welcome to Politics 101. David Hines here, closing out 2022 and looking forward to 2023. This afternoon, I went to get some water at the supermarket, and a gentleman was leaving as I was leaving, and I was sitting in my car ready to drive away, and he asked me to speak with him. And he spoke from the heart. So, Dr. Hines, I watch your program. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue putting the pressure. But 2023, I'm borrowing from that man. 2023, we cannot continue to live like this. We cannot continue to live like this. We cannot continue to live like this. That is the cry I've been hearing from those who recognize me and those who don't recognize me. Sometimes as political people, we have to eavesdrop and to hear what our people are saying when we are not around, because sometimes they get raw when we are not around. And it is in that naked state that we understand what's going on. Please, Dr. Hines, if you have the ear of Mr. Norton, tell him we can't take it no more. We can't take it no more. You all know that I have been urged militancy, but I've also been realistic to say to our people that struggle is a hard thing. The victory does not always come immediately. But I've reached that point where I'm agreeing with my countrymen and women that we can't take it no more. 2022 is the year when this government, our government, has moved Guyana into the category of a full-blown authoritarian state. An authoritarian state that is grounded in ethnic inequality, racial inequality, that is grounded in class inequality and that is grounded in gender inequality. The gender inequality doesn't have to do with men and women, because our men and women countrymen are all suffering. They're all sufferers, as the Rastafarians would say. It is the violence of the state that is meted out on women, poor women. As I watched them this morning, some of them lying on their stands and sleeping there at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to make a living, trying to send their children to school. As I watch those women, I wonder how many of them have little children at home, that they should be home with their children. But the wickedness of the state and the government has driven them to try to make a living, and when they can't keep their eyes open anymore, their stands become their bed. Oh, what a life. What a life our people are subjected to. Women have to wake up in the morning and go to that market at 3 o'clock in the morning to get things a little bit cheaper. Women. My heart bleeds. My heart bleeds. 2023 has to be the year when we do something tangible about our situation. We have been talking too long. We have been preparing the ground. We have been crying. We've been wailing. But now it's time to disturb our neighbor. Sisters and brothers, as we leave 2022 behind, I'm sure that the horrors, the darkness will not be left behind. 2023 must be the year when we do something to turn back the juggernaut that is ruling over us. My friend Lincoln Lewis likes to say, these people are not governing, they're rulers. Rulers. Welcome to Politics 101 tonight. I want to thank all of you. Some of you have been able to put faces to the names. Some of you are here, as you point out to me, every night, witnessing for yourself. Welcome to Politics 101. I see a lot of my friends are here tonight. I want to celebrate with some people that I know very well from my village. The Bacchuses, Madeline Bacchus, celebrated her 90th birthday recently. Auntie Mado, cousin Mado. She is the cousin of the some of the loyalists here. Denise Booker is her mother's sister. Denise's mother is over 100, and cousin Madeline is a younger sister. She's just turned 90, and they had a big to-do in Washington, D.C., Maryland for her children. She just turned 90. Big up to her, and may you, cousin Mado, walk in the footsteps of your elder sister and make it 100. I also want to recognize Miss Major, who just turned 102. Denise Booker, that was her neighbor, and she make sure she reminded me that Miss Major is 102. 102, going strong. I went to her 90th birthday party 12 years ago. And here she is 12 years later. To the Major family, to Miss Major, happy birthday. Happy birthday, 102. And then another Bacchus. Another Bacchus. This is Pecco Bacchus. Cousin Madeline is Brush Past Bacchus. Tatatam Bacchus. And Miss Bacchus just celebrated her 90th anniversary too. Pecco Bacchus. Buxtonians, they moved to Melanie, but they're Buxtonians. And she just celebrated her 90th too. Happy birthday, Miss Bacchus. I missed you at church, but I understand that as you get older, the mobility is not always there. Happy birthday. And Miss Fredericks, Agnes Fredericks. Auntie Agnes. I think she's in Guyana right now. She just celebrated her 90th anniversary too. The Eiffel family, but she married Fredericks and just celebrated her 90th anniversary, her 90th birthday anniversary. And to all of you who I don't remember or I don't know that it's your birthday, whether you're from Buxton or otherwise, happy birthday, especially to the older ones who are living long lives. They say if your mind good, you live long. If your mind bad, you don't live long. And those ladies, happy birthday to you. Welcome to Politics 101. Tonight we are closing out on 2022 and moving into 2023. 2023. It has to be the year where we do something. We come tonight celebrating life, but we also come tonight celebrating life, but in a different way. In my own village, my friend Garko, Covetous Boy, died. Member of the Rastafarian community, a folk man, and he sold oil, and they say he was the best coconut oil man in Buxton, and member of the Rastafarian community, a drummer. He worked at the museum, a real culture man. Unfortunately passed away recently. We remember him on this program tonight. He was my friend, and always, you would say proper talk, boy, proper talk. Garko, farewell, my brother. And then yesterday we got the news that Waveney Samuels, cousin Wavo, passed away after a period of illness. My condolences to the families, the family of Garko and the family of cousin Waveney Samuels. This is Sideline Dam Waterside Samuels. Our son Carlo and our daughters and grandchildren and grandchildren. My condolences to them. Our sisters, I know Carmen well. Carmen said, you can call me full mouth by, but I couldn't call Wavo full mouth. You have to say cousin Wavo. As big man as me is, yeah. I couldn't say Wavo. When I pass and I call out, I said cousin Wavo. The one time I risk and say Wavo, she said, "By turn back and go back a road and come back." Cousin Wavo. Or sister Carmen, so you can call me Carmen. You can call me for now. To Carmen and other sister Miss Joyce, the Headleys. Some of the Headleys are on this program quite a lot. My condolences to the entire family. Waveney Samuels of Buxton dead. And further afield, we got the sad news today that the mighty Pele, the greatest soccer player of all time, has finally passed on at age 82. He saw the last World Cup and he is gone. The mighty Pele, who I would argue is one of the three greatest sportsmen of the 20th century. The mighty Pele, soccer, or we call it football in our part of the world. Garfield Sobers, the greatest cricketer that ever lived, and Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer. Are those three black men, those three men from poor rumblings, for me, are the three greatest sportsmen of the 20th century. Muhammad Ali has gone to the great beyond, and he's now joined by Pele of Brazilian fame. When I started out as a young man paying an interest in football, it was the era of Pele. Pele, dead at 82. Dead at 82. The Christians will say every day souls are passing away. Somebody's dying every day. Every day souls are passing away. We live, but we must die. But sometimes death is hard, especially for someone who would have been in the public eye for so long. I reported here last week that singing Francine Edwards, who is a contemporary of Calypso Rose, in bringing women into the Calypso arena, passed away 2 weeks ago. And tonight it is with great sadness that I reflect on the death of one of my heroes, Black Stallion, the Calypsonian. Black Stallion, the Calypsonian. Most people remember him from the Black Man, his song, The Black Man Come Out to Party. Come on, hold on to your woman. Tonight we gonna boogie woogie. Hold on to your man. Black man feeling to party. Put on something sexy. And that song may be a party song, but it's a song about the dignity of women. The dignity of women. Black Stallion, dead at 81, bringing to an end a tremendous life. We know of Sparrow and Kitchener, those who took Calypso to heights that it never attained before and since. But there is the Black Stallion, the black man of Calypso, who gave Calypso its character, its black character, its working class character, its Caribbean character. In 1979, when he stormed to the pinnacle of Calypso in Trinidad with the Calypso Caribbean Man, which is still the anthem of regional integration. Along with Sparrow's Federation, those are the two great songs about our integration movement. And Stallion was making the argument that Caribbean integration will only become a success when it's premised on our cultural sameness. He said the politicians went to big university and they can't unite 7 million people. And he advised them that all you have to do is to rap to your people and tell them they come from the same ship and they come from the same place. And they must build a better intention for the women and the children. That's how Black Stallion talked about regional integration. He said all the money speeches that the prime ministers they're making, they still can't unite people. Himself a Rastafarian adherent. He said Rastas in Grenada, Rastas in St. Lucia, Rastas in Jamaica, Rastas all over the Caribbean. And if the Rastafarian movement is spreading across the Caribbean, then it's something them Rastas know that the politicians don't know. And the some things them Rasta know is our history, our shared heritage. Black Stallion, one of my heroes. I would argue that Stalin and Bob Marley and Walter Rodney together in their different endeavors took the Black Caribbean radical tradition to another level. To another level. The thing about Stalin is he was one of us. My friend Jasper Adams remarked to me once, he said, I buy Stalin as a line in a song called In Times. He said, things just go wrong so, and come back so. And Jasper said, I buy. No other singer, no other Calypsonian can use that line and it sound authentic. Only Stalin could do it. Things go wrong so and come back so. The voice of the ordinary people, the voice of the sufferers, the voice of the soul. I celebrate our artists, our sportsmen and women, because for me, politics derives from culture and not the other way around. It is those who believe that politics is primary and culture is secondary. It is those people who can go and lick down poor people's stand. They have no culture. The people who are ruling us, they have no culture. I fought against the Burnham regime on human rights issues, on issues of dictatorship, but Burnham had culture. Culture! These people who are ruling us today have no culture. Black Stallion, rest in peace. I'm going to do a full program on Stallion, you know. This week I'm preparing my syllabus for one of my classes next semester called Music as Political Discourse, Caribbean Music. Black music as political discourse, reggae, calypso, and hip hop. And I was just putting together some of the songs that I will teach. And Black Stallion songs, a couple of them are in there. I'm using the time here now to finish an academic article on how the Grenadian Revolution was reflected in calypso music. And I start off the article with Black Stallion's Ism Schism, which spoke about the Grenadian Revolution. Grenada, Grenada, you teach the black man some things. And one of the things he said the Grenadian Revolution taught him was that if you don't have a nuclear weapon, you can't sustain a revolution. Deep. So Stalin is on my mind, and he dies. And the peace of the Caribbean dies with him. But his body of work will help us to see through to the other side. In one of his songs, one of his calypso called Morecambe, he said, the more they keep killing Africans, the more Africans come. And we in Guyana must sing that warning, the more they keep pressing down, the more we'll rise up. And 2023 must be the year when we rise, using the lives of these people who we mourn today. As I said, the Christians will say, everyday souls are passing away. My Congo brethren and sisters, and sisterin from Annandale next door to Buxton, will say Congo Creole. See them a go away, one by one. One by one, them a go away. And our Rastafarian brethren, of course, will say, fly away. Fly away home. One bright morning, when my work is over, I fly away home. The wisdom of the ordinary people. They didn't go to universities, but they understood life in a profound way. One bright morning, when my work is over, I'll fly away home. Sisters and brothers, 2022 has been a bad year. A bad year for Black people, a bad year for poor people, a bad year for women. It's been a good year for the thieves. It's been a good year for the oppressors. They've roped in money, big money, and they've pilfered the money and put it in the pockets of their friends, who then find a way to put it in their pocket. Highway robbery. Nowhere they can finish the highways, the East Bank Highway. And the ones that are finished in a couple of months, they broke it up because it was never meant to be a highway. The only highway we're talking about is the highway of robbery. And when your government robs you, you got to do something about it. But the blood of innocent people, the blood of young Quindon Bacchus, the Black woman who was spat upon. She wasn't spat upon by a white man. She was spat upon by a brown man. And I want to salute the father of that young man, Justice Carl Singh, who apologized. He did not commit the crime, but he apologized. The one who's alleged to have committed the crime has not yet apologized to that woman. His father apologized. His father is a man, a brave man. Sometimes, all times, we must give Jack a jacket. The father did the honorable thing, and he did not commit the crime. But the son is still to apologize to that young Black woman. In 2022, she was spat upon like a common slave. You all know what spitting upon people is. When you spit upon people, it's one of the most grievous crimes that you can commit. What it means is that you're saying to that person you've spit upon, you are not my equal. 2022. Another young Black woman, this time she's not working class and from the poor. She's a little bit up there. She's a young lawyer. And because she did what all lawyers do, advise their client, she was thrown behind bars in 2022. A poor Black woman spat upon. And a middle-class young Black woman thrown in jail for no crime. They don't like me to say it, and I'm not going to play around. I will continue to say it. that there is an attempt, conscious and unconscious, to throw black people back into the plantation. And they're doing that with the hope that we will not say it for what it is. So long as I have breath in my body, I will say it for what it is. Those women, that young man, Bacchus, they were killed because they're black and poor. In the case of the lawyer, she's not that poor, but she's black. I'm going to continue to say it for what it is. That young man doesn't go around the place spitting on women. He chose that woman to spit upon. I'm saying to you, black men, you all are worrying about your fancy cars. You all are worrying about drinking the Excel and chase it with the Guinness and all that other thing. Well, your women are being violated, and you sat at the corner drinking Excel and playing your music like you want the people on March to hear. Lift your voices, black men. Defend your women. They do what they do to your women because they know that you black men are behaving in such a spineless way. I take no pride in criticizing my brothers. All of us have sinned and come short. But by God, you watch your black women being spat upon, being kicked around. I know they have teachers on this program. Let the female teachers tell you what they go through in the schools. I've been to schools where there's no male female teachers. And some of the tough schools, they have to deal with gangs. They're gainfully employed. But what they go through every day, and you give them 8% raise when they have to face violence, physical violence, from misguided students, from gang members, sexual violence. Let Priya Manichan, I dare her to let's talk about what women. Yes, it's mostly black women because black women are the teachers. But there's some Indian women and Amerindian women who have to face that violence. And we talk about how many children pass exam. I'm not saying we must not celebrate who've done well, the 15 subject and 25 subject. But do you know what our female teachers have to go through in those classrooms every day? It's a rotten government. Come out and talk about what our women have to go through in the classrooms. Yes, we speak about race, and we will continue to speak about racial discrimination. But intersecting that racial discrimination is discrimination against women and poor people. If you're a poor black woman, you're violated 3 times. Because you're poor, because you're black, and because you're a woman. And they intersect. We have to cleanse our country. I had a chance to speak to some teachers, and they told me some horror stories. Horror stories. Where is the Ministry of Education? What are you doing to protect our female teachers? The males don't go into the profession as they used to do before. A couple of years ago, I went to one of the schools to give a graduation address. And they were all women, not one single male. Yes, there's demand and supply. If you pay better, more people will be attracted to the teaching profession, the noble profession. You give them 8%. You persecute them and prosecute them because their leader name is Coretta McDonald. You don't like Coretta, so you're going to broadside all the teachers. The year 2022 has been a sad year. A sad year for our women, our poor women, our black women, our brown women. Beneath the surface, we see what is above the surface. But beneath the surface is hell. And you black men, some of you who are saying a man got to do what he got to do, a man got to do what he got to do honorably. You go out there and you serve as henchmen for people who think that you are not as human as they are. Police, soldiers, are complaining that police get more money than them. Hello? 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 Police getting charged with being treated differently from soldiers. Soldiers, men who are charged with protecting this country, are crying now like little babies that you give the police more money than we. You are the defense force. Why the hell are you complaining like a little boy? You are the Guyana Defense Force. Why the hell are you complaining like a little baby? Say to the government, I protect this country. I protect its sovereignty. I am human, and I demand. Don't beg anonymously. I love my black brethren. But I don't love when you crawl on your knees and your bellies and begging for little mite. Oh no, brothers. Oh no. Y'all got to do better than that. You all are making Guyana fall. Police getting more than you. The police getting 2 pennies more than you. You should not be asking for how much more police getting than you. You should be asking for what you're due. You should be demanding for what you're due. Wake up, brothers, wake up. You're all messing up. You're all messing up the race. Y'all wouldn't beg a little boy to shoot he. But here you are begging a government. Oh, you give the police more than we. You are the defense force. And as for the police, you know why you all getting a little more than them? Because you all are ready to shoot up, brethren. Because you all are ready to cover up the nastiness that powerful people carry out. What kind of men are you? You come from better stock. I ain't holding back tonight. I say out of tremendous love that you will not get my solidarity, Mr. Soldier and Mr. Police, until you stand direct. Only we can stop the nonsense. Only we, because we are all we have. We are all we have. We put our lives on the line every night, every day for you. And all you can do is beg for a penny? Beg for a penny? Men in uniform? Where else in the world will an army be begging for a penny? There comes a time in the life of any nation when you're left with but two choices, submit or demand. The great Nelson Mandela speaking at his trial before he was thrown in prison. There comes a time in the life of any nation when you're left with but two choices, submit or demand. When you look and you see men in authority, black men and brown men, submitting, meek. You wonder, what have we become? 2023 must be the year of the turn. Our men and women in uniform must stand up for something. They must stand up for the dignity of humanity, the dignity of the human race, if there is such a thing, the dignity of the Guyanese working people. Most of them, if not all of them, come from there. Why are you allowing yourselves to be used as floor cloth? You are better than that, brothers. There are some very good men. I speak to police and soldiers all the time. They see me on the road and they stop me and they talk to me. And you talk to me because you believe that I'm on your side. And I am on your side. But I'm not on the side of some of the things you are doing, that some of you are doing, not all of you. We've got to clean up. Why are you begging for a penny, Mr. Soldier? Stop it! Stop it! Demand your fair share. We stand on the side of our brothers in uniform. But we do not stand on the side of cowardice. Cowardice! The greatest non-violent practitioner, Mohandas Gandhi. He said, if I had a choice between violence and cowardice, I will choose violence. Cowardice is a sin. Dr. Hines, you know what we're going to do? These people wicked. You know, well, if they're wicked, you get them out of the way. Do not cooperate with wickedness. They have no respect for your humanity. Black people, sometimes we feel that we have to be only angels. Nothing is wrong in being an angel. But when you submit yourself to be only angels in the face of wickedness and violence, violence to your mother, violence to your sister, violence to your daughter, how long must we continue? We've slew the period of slavery. Our men folk had to sit back, stand back, and watch the white men, their wives and their mother and their children. We are out of the plantation now, and you're standing back and allowing the same damn thing to happen. Love. You all know I love Black people. I have to love Black people. I'm fortunate to be alive today, to come into this world. If our foreparents did not kick down the gates of slavery, people like me and you would not be here today. That's why I have to love Blackness. I have to give thanks to Blackness, who want to take my love for Blackness to mean that I hate brownness or whiteness or something. That's their business. They can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all the time. They don't want me to come here. They don't want us to come here at night to remove the scarf from your eyes and to say, I'm with you. Don't give a damn. Back to back, belly to belly. We done that already. The year 2023 must be the year when we turn our faces in the right direction. So if you have given me messages for Norton, and I'm going to give Norton the messages. I'm going to give Norton the messages. Some of you feel more confident sending the messages with me. I don't mind. To take the tidings to the leader. Many people are asking me what's going to happen in 2025, and I said to them, deal with 2023. Deal with the here and now. 2025 will take care of itself. The here and now. But the CLR James talks about the future in the present. 2025 is a long way away. We got to get a clean voters list. We've got to get our people to understand the importance of the vote. We've got to level the playing field. 2025 is a long way away. Let's talk about 2023. And I'm going to tell Norton that all you see that. People ask me, Dr. Hines, are you going to be running in 2025? Yes, if the playing field is level. If we prepare to make 2025 a referendum on our future, our shared future, I will run. I don't talk about that aspect of my politics because I deal with the concrete, the here and now. But yes, I will run. I will put myself forward. If my service could lead to delivering my country from backwardness, to delivering my country from an apartheid condition, to make the roads that lead to the ghettos better paved roads. Sister Singing Sandra said the ghetto is not only just the physical ghetto, but the ghetto of the mind. I am concerned about the ghetto of the mind. If you put all of us who are sufferers in one place, we can only reproduce sufferers. But if you release us, or we release ourselves from the condition of sufferation, we reproduce the opposite of sufferation. And that's what I am concerned about. The party to which I belong, the Working People's Alliance, has put the most revolutionary idea on the table to deal with the question of poverty, to make available some of our oil money to the sufferers, that they can lift themselves. The economists are telling us all kinds of things and so on. I know that 99% of the sufferers, if they get a couple $100,000, I know what they will do with it tomorrow. Inflation? Yes, it's real. But what is more real is poverty. Tonight, I'm not looking for votes. I never do. When the time comes to that, I will be coming ferociously and asking for your vote. But now is the time to make the crooked corners straight like an arrow. Dr. Hines, can you give us a quick rundown? Some people live in doubt. Some people live in fear. Some people live in hate. You ask a poor woman who leaves her children at home to work the 2 to 10 shift pumping gas at the gas station. Her children comes home and she's not there. Her children go to bed and she's not there. And you're asking me to prove it? Go to hell. And hell may be too nice a place for a simpleton who asks that question. You ask that woman, when her sister is coming home at 10 o'clock, she's leaving to go to do the graveyard shift, guarding the powerful. And you ask me to prove? One of the things that I'll be campaigning about is that women should not work night shift. If they want to be guards, yes. Don't tell me about gender equality. This is not about gender. It's about our children. Women have to be treated with dignity in our society, or we are going nowhere. We are going nowhere. It's one thing for the individual male to treat woman with indignity. It's another thing It's worse when the state, led by men, listen to Sharon Das talking about what he did. I could not believe it. This is a lawyer. This is a learned man, basically saying that I would do what I did if I'm attacked by a woman. I could not believe my ears. Where is the full throttled apology to that woman? If you can treat a woman of your own ethnicity, your own race like that, how would you treat a woman of another race? What could have stopped Sharon Das to say, I was wrong, placed in this situation, I would not do that again. The man is challenging women to fight. Because you're equal. You cuss me, I will cuss you back. You cuss me, I will do what you do. You know, I don't like to get into personality politics, but I couldn't understand what the brother was saying. And I have to reach for the world view of the person. What values does that person subscribe to? Brothers and sisters, full-blown dictatorship. That's what we are in the midst of. And in 2023, we've got to stop it. I'm taking the messages to Mr. Norton. He's the leader of the opposition. I don't belong to the PNC, I belong to another party. But we are all in this thing together. If you can't take it anymore, if you can't take it anymore, if you cannot take it anymore, don't despair. Do not despair if you can't take it anymore. If you can't take it anymore, do something about it. And we're going to do something about it in the new year. In the new year. We've got to muster the strength. With the leader or without the leader, the time has come for us to move from behind the bushes and come out into the glaring sunlight and stand up as human beings. I know they're going to say tomorrow, David Hines preaching violence. That's all they can think. They think all black people are violent people. That's what they think we are. We are brainless. So every time we say something, it's violence he's preaching. Wisdom cometh not from our side, they say. Violence, I maintain, comes from those who have their hands on the tools of violence. And that is the state, the government. All I'm asking you to do, brothers, is to be human. To be human. And let your humanity lead you to the gates of dignity. Do not in 2023 collude with oppressors and dictators. Do not play their silly games. You are better than that. And so as I leave you tonight, I leave you with the promise that 2023 must be the year when we wipe our faces clean of fear. It must be the year, like our foreparents did in 1823, 200 years ago, in the Demerara Rebellion, when our people rose up, even in their enslaved condition, and said, no more, no mass, no more, no more. And 15 years later, in 1838, they're walking out of Babylon. They're walking out of Babylon. We are challenged 200 years later. At 2023, the 200th anniversary of the Demerara Rebellion. We are challenged as our foreparents were. To look the oppressor in his eyes and said, you're not better than me, and you're not going to do this to me anymore. Thanks for being with me all year. Thanks for those of you who have helped. Thanks for those of you who have contributed. Whether you contributed with your presence or contributed in other ways, we are eternally grateful to you. There can be no revolution without revolutionaries. And you've kept the faith. You've kept the faith. And let us go forth in 2023 and let our faith count for something. Then settling no more for no 8%. Our police must stop begging. Our soldiers must stop crying like little babies. Stand erect. Stand tall. Stand tall. Go forth. Ring out the old year and ring in the new year. But understand the linkage between the old and the new. Go forth on Old Year's night. Go to church. Ask your God for strength. Ask your God for blessings. Cook your cook-up rice and eat it because it's traditional. That cook-up rice represents freedom. The freedom to be human. To say, I eat what I cook. Go forth. Have a drink. Have a drink and hope for the new year to be a better year. But be prepared to go beyond hope and to make that hope a reality. We have justice on our side. Let us pray for our leaders. Let us say thanks to Mayor Norine for standing up for poor people and bearing on the cross where he has been nailed by the government. Give thanks to him. I know we are in the business sometimes of saying, Brother Norton is not doing enough. I'm going to tell him you all say that. But give him a chance. Give us a chance so that we can make the wrong into right. The next time I see you all, it will be 2023. I don't have to roll up my sleeves, it already roll up. Or you don't have to roll up your pants because it already roll up. If it will roll up, all you roll it up. When the roll is called up yonder, our yonder is 2023. We got to be there. We got to be there. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy belated Merry Christmas. I'm telling you all not to have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time because you're human. Go to your party, put on your nice frock, your nice dress. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Nice yourself up. Ring in the new year and come next week. We are back to business. I love you all. I love you all. I love you because you're black like me. I love you if you're poor and brown. I love you. I'm Indian, you're East Indian. I love you if you're poor and you're not standing with those who want to enslave our people. I love you all. Love must be boundless. Love must be boundless. Love must come from deep within. Politicians, they say don't love. But we are a different kind of politician. We do love. We love from deep inside. To paraphrase David Rudder, deep inside our Guyanese and Caribbean belly. Happy New Year. See you all next year. And we're going to be ready to shake down Babylon system. Babylon system is a vampire sucking the blood of the children day by day. You know what we do with vampires.